Hello, good friends. It's the Tri-King, and welcome to the Sluggers Season 6 playoff preview segment. I'd like to first mention that the concept of team-oriented competition was just as thrilling as I thought it would be. Lots of back and forth in the point standings made so many different positions for playoff seedings, especially for the top two teams that will receive a week off and come back the following week to play in the semifinals. In case some people have forgotten since the season began for how this playoffs will go, the top two teams with the most points will get a bye into the semifinals. That means those two teams can just sit back and await your opponents for next week. The next four teams ranked 3rd through 6th will be playing this upcoming Monday night in the quarterfinal round. After the results for that round are calculated, the semifinal matchups will be based on the seed of the advancing teams. For instance, the number 1 seed will face the lowest seeded winner from the quarterfinal round. I'll immediately point out that the 1 cannot face the 3 seed in that instance, so either the 4, 5, or 6 is who they will face. And then the number 2 seed will face the highest seeded winner from the quarterfinal round, and to point out that the 2 cannot face the 6 in the semifinal, and only either the 3, 4, or 5. The 2 semifinal winners will face off in the championship, which will be a best-of-3 affair that will take either 2 or 3 weeks to determine the champion for Season 6. The team members of that winning team will each receive $20 eShop credit. Hope you guys are looking forward to this playoff that's drastically more intriguing. The next thing I'll be chatting about is the ballparks used for the postseason. These were determined by how many points were scored amongst only the 6 qualifying playoff teams, with the first round being at the 5th highest scoring, the semifinals at the 4th highest scoring, all the way up to the highest scoring ballpark for the potential Game 3 of the championship. Alright, here we go. This upcoming Monday's quarterfinal on the 20th will be played at Mario Stadium. The semifinals on Monday the 27th will be played at Bowser Ballparks. Championship Game 1 on Monday, December 4th will be at Yoshi Park. Championship Game 2 on December 11th at Daisy Cruiser. And the, if necessary, Game 3 of the championship on December 18th will be played at Luigi's Mansion. Those of you who placed in the top 2 do not need to fill out the prediction form for the opening round at Mario Stadium, but instead start off with the semifinal form at Bowser Ballparks. I would also suggest, if you're going to fill out forms for every round, to include Game 3 of the championship, if it will be absolutely necessary to play. Also, for each week of the championship, I will not be streaming myself grading the results of each team since there's 6 individuals to work on, and setting up the spreadsheet for that, many of you, would take much longer. So you'll just have to wait the following Wednesday of that week to see how you did. And now, let's get to what you've all been waiting for, the qualifiers for the playoffs. I will be revealing only one team at a time, from 1 to 6 for this segment, unlike each pairing for the singles competition, which we'll be going back to next spring. And now, the overall number 1 seeded team is Mushroom Kingdom, with the teammates of Sports Fanatics, Steven Osborne, and MHL 305. They scored a whopping 1,617 points and were at the very top for a large chunk of the season. Will that kind of performance be enough to get them to the championship round? They'll be awaiting the lowest seeded team that wins its quarterfinal matchup. Also, since they're the regular season champion team, each member of that team will get $10 eShop credit. Now for the second overall seed and the last team to get a bye to the semifinals is Congo Jungle, with the teammates of King K. Rool, PD Piranha 2.0, and MIKELBOI scoring 1,592 points. This team was hovering around the middle part of the rankings most of the season, but started to make a few strides, including their big Week 8 output to put them above the team that was sitting in second place for the last few weeks. Anyways, congrats to Congo Jungle, as they'll be facing the highest seeded quarterfinal winner 1 week from this Monday. And now to reveal the last 4 playoff qualifiers, which will be playing this upcoming Monday night in the quarterfinals. The 3rd seeded team into the postseason is Star Haven with the teammates of Anna Ziska, Keen Preston, and Jakerno, who scored 1,569 points. I'm sure this team has to be crushed that they got snapped on the last week of the season by Congo Jungle to fall out of the first round bye to now having to play in the first round. A revenge matchup against Congo Jungle in the semifinals could be on the horizon though. We'll see what happens. They'll be taking on the 6th-seeded team, which will be revealed a little bit later. As I said, I'm going to reveal these teams in order of their ranking. Now for the 4 versus 5 matchup. The 4th-seeded team is Yoshi's Island with the teammates of Jeremy is the Boss, C9 Cage, TMK16, scoring 1,565 points. This team also has some high-scoring weeks this season, but not quite enough down the stretch to earn a seed worthy of a bye. But they're definitely eager to get their playoff run going. Yoshi's Island will face the 5th-seeded team called Bowser's Castle, led by teammates Guest Icon, King Meep 23, and the Wild Arcanine, scoring 1,527 points. This team was pretty consistent all season long, just staying in the middle. Were they just getting warmed up to make a deep playoff run? We'll see how that fares when they take on Yoshi's Island this Monday night. And now for the last team to get into the playoffs, who scored 1,516 points and will be taking on 3rd-seeded Star Haven, is Luigi's Mansion, with the teammates of DJ Striker, Colby Mead, and Magic Archer. This team was one that did just enough to stay in the top 6 for most of the season, and we'll see if it'll be enough for them to pull off the upset of Star Haven this Monday night. And there is your playoff field. I want to first give thanks to the teams of New Donk City and Comet Observatory, who were the 2 teams that didn't qualify, for your participation this season. Hope those of you individuals on those teams will be willing to come back and play Season 7 when we'll be back to singles competition this upcoming spring, and I also hope you'll stick around and see how the playoffs go. And I guess that will about do it for this video. Again, a huge congrats to the 6 teams that will be playing for the Season 6 Championship. It all gets started this Monday night the 20th when we begin the quarterfinals at Mario Stadium. The teams Mushroom Kingdom and Congo Jungle do not need to fill out the prediction form for that week, so enjoy your week off before you come back on Monday the 27th for the semifinals. This is going to be fun to watch, I'll tell you all that much. Anyways, have a great rest of your day guys, and I'll see you this Monday night for the start of the playoffs. See you later.